Welcome back, everyone, to the Call of Duty U.S. Championships in Orlando, California, at Full Sail University. We have a Curse family feud. Curse Las Vegas going up against Curse New York, and Curse New York took game one.
They really did. They really did. And you know who the winner of this game will be playing next? It will be Optic Gaming playing against one of these two teams, and at the moment, it's going to be New York.
I'm not search and destroy. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about this team. So it seems like we're jumping in and finally got in. So let's go ahead and hop right into the action. And it seems like they are missing one of their players. So I think it's going to be Killa who is missing, and he's really been quiet. You know, he hasn't been the same Killa that we know and love.
He was one of my favorite players. He was in my top 5 players to watch, of who I would always switch to and watch when I wanted to cast or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know what's going on with his team. They are not looking like the team that won champs last year, and they need to be. This is the time where they have to turn up and be counted. They still actually need 2 wins to secure their spot. They currently have none.
I feel as if Curse New York, they just have something to prove. Yeah. You know, to everyone who ever doubts them. Revan has something to prove. And you know, I mentioned this in the bracket show, and it's funny how it's kind of playing out here. I feel like, you know, if Curse New York went up against Rise and they won that game with the way that I was thinking about Rise, you know, probably would have been like, oh, yeah, Curse New York, you know, I don't think that they could hang with Optic. So a lot of people called me crazy. But if Curse New York defeats Las Vegas here, a team that is, what, 3rd seed? I mean, dude, that's crazy.
This tournament, you need to throw out everything you know about tournaments so far.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just unbelievable. I've seen so many COD tournaments just play by the numbers. You could just look at the seed before, look at the seed after, and they're exactly the same. This tournament is just slapping the rules aside.
Yeah.
It's going upset after upset. LV, Complexity, Optic are now in the losers bracket. It is not going the way anybody thought it would go. I defy anybody to have guessed a bracket before this that is now correct.
Yeah, I mean, it really is a toss-up, even with Complexity being knocked out into the losers bracket too. Who thought it? Who would think that, right? And again, Strictly Business, which, not to take anything away from Strictly Business, was not a name that people thought was going to trump Complexity.
No.
You know, and funny, just an anecdote real fast. Talked to Sensor in the back just a little while ago. Was like, you know, how do you feel after he gave me crap, by the way, because I said that they were going to get 0-2 shut out, and he said, you know what? Honestly, I feel like after Philly, we wanted to take another stab at Complexity, and they got that opportunity. So now we're going to go ahead and hop into Curse New York, Curse Las Vegas, and this is, of course, a Curse family feud, as you know, my good friend Chris Blevins likes to call it, and we're on board with Curse New York's BL Fire.
Let's see what he can do. He's going to try and make a pick here. If New York can remain strong and just maybe try and pick up the first couple of rounds, they may break the complete minds of Las Vegas, and they really need to do that, because I've just got this feeling like Las Vegas are so good, but Revan gets down his first pick. Parasite picks that one up. Now, Parasite's always been one of my best S&D players. I've seen this guy play S&D so much. He's so clever when he plays it as well. He's going to be the key guy here for Las Vegas.
I feel like you kind of give the S&D win to Vegas. I don't know. Like,
I'd give it to Parasite. That's who I would give it to.
Yeah, it's just based on that alone. But then you put Ricky in there too, and that's when things get interesting. But Burns able to pick up a kill there. That was going to be on Parasite. That was going to be arguably the best search player that they have, as Burns is engaged in a gunfight here right by the middle. Going to go right into post, and expecting someone to come around the corner and challenge him any second now. Going to have 20 seconds to work with here, as Miracles is going to take on Mochilla, and again, knife there as BL Fire is going to be by himself. Needs to check the bomb site, find one.
Oh, not good enough.
Not good enough. If he would have stayed alive just a smidgen longer, got behind the barrel, navigated around, and then came back, he probably would have been able to capitalize on that one. But Curse Las Vegas takes the win.
They do, and that's going to be a bit of a boost for them. Killa coming out the gate with 2 kills. He needed those 2 kills. He has got to pick himself up and get his head in the game. That domination was not good enough from him. And like I said, he's going to take some flack. These guys are very vocal about it. Killa's one of the most vocal in the entire community. So he knows he needs to play flawless to really pick himself up.
Yeah, Killa just needs to perform. You know, he he's been the X factor a lot. And a lot of people said last time when Freako Impact went to champs, you know, they said the big stories was Parasite, and another big story was Miracles and how he dramatically changed the team. But people kind of forgot that Killa was there. And a fun fact, Killa is one of the only players to have been in both $1 million tournaments hosted by Activision. So the COD XP, he was in top 3, and COD Champs, he won it. He obviously top 3. Pretty nuts when you think about it. A lot of presence by this player.
Killa, as he picks up another kill now, 3-0. Like I said, he has to make amends for that domination. I know the man, he will not be taking that lightly. He will certainly be playing on his mind. Now let's see what he can do. He's going to be aiming in. Just very, very careful. They want to look for another pick, realistically, before they get this bomb plant, but they are going to run out of time. It's 26 seconds left. They're looking for it. He does want to call it. Absolutely slaps him. And now it's going to continue on. They are looking for one more. That bomb should go down as Killa does get taken down as well. 2 minutes. Oh, they've all gone down.
And Revan with the double kill as he managed to find one player and then came around the corner and took out Parasite. There was the first kill, and there is the double kill headshot by Revan. My former co-caster. I'm so proud.
I've cast with him as well.
Well, you know, I abused him. So you know, when we cast together, I always like.
You forced him out of casting and back into playing. Look what you have done.
I had to. He was just too talented. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it off as we see the perspective here of Curse New York, and I kind of want to jump on board with them and see what they're going to do. All 4 players pushing out over by B.
Yes, they are setting up here. This is the usual tactic we see from most teams. And it becomes a game of head glitches and cover and checking your angles here. And bullets already going down. Pre-fire. Blind fire deciding. Prime that nade. Is he going to hit anyone there? Is this nade spot good enough? No hit.
Double nades though with the strong arm probably.
Yeah, he's trying to get it in. However, smoke down in a very familiar place. He's trying to lock this one down.
It's kind of odd that he's not running a at least a thermal just to see. You know,
a lot of people in this game usually do run the thermal. You are right there.
I wonder why. Very weird. Revan, again, first pick. Could we see shades of that last round? Balefire is going to get taken out. Now it's going to be all up to Motion Burns. And look at this great angle there. Finding another one, going for the double. And now we're going to have Ezo players going to lurk around the corner. It's going to be all up to Burns. You got to play the clock, buddy.
He's in a good position to hold it as well. Doesn't need to challenge. That one does get taken down. Unfortunately there, the problem with the position he was in is that he didn't really have an exit strategy if he got challenged from that position there. But if he had made it, it would have been a very different story. He could have ducked, dodged, dipped and weaved away, but because he didn't make the kill, there was nowhere to run.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yes.
That's the 5 Ds of dodgeball, and it seems like Killa, you said it, you called it. You said, I need Killa to perform. He has to show up. This is the guy that we, you know, again, he's just such a huge part of Curse of Las Vegas. 5-1.
Oh, almost gets another pick there. Recoil just throwing off his aim by just enough. And that's one of the problems. I mean, this is why a lot of people don't actually run the muzzle brake on this thermal, because that recoil can just throw you away from making that 3rd bullet kill. But going with the muzzle brake as well, because there are arguments to both sides.
It's a good and bad thing, right?
It's a little bit extra damage long range, a little bit more punch. You could make a kill that you wouldn't make because it might take an extra bullet, but at the same time, if you can't land that extra bullet, it doesn't matter anyway.
I feel as if it's, you know, and that's what I love about Call of Duty. Everything that you do, everything that you pick is always like a give and take, right? It's like, you know, try this out, risky move, you know, will this work out? I've been seeing a lot of players, you know, kind of mix it up with the Remingtons, kind of like standard to put muzzle brake on it, but I've also seen players rock the foregrip on it too. And there was a couple threads on RCOG Competitive talking about whether you want to go muzzle brake or if you want to go foregrip. And, you know, of course, it's always a point of preference here as, Curse Las Vegas have managed to put that bomb down. Killa, we're just going to stay with him as Burns. We should jump over to Burns, as a matter of fact. But the caster's curse is real as he gets taken out 3-1 Las Vegas.
It does, and there we go. Killa, like you said, 5-1 at the moment. They are turning up in style Las Vegas now. This is what they needed. And I wouldn't be surprised to start hearing wooing from across one of the stages.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're going to start getting pumped. That's exactly what they need. If they can get their head game, if they can get that adrenaline flowing, nobody will touch this team on the day.
Yep, and now taking a look here and seeing what Burns is going to do off the beginning of this game, I should say. Again, it's going to be that B push. We've seen it happen time and time again. It seems to be what New York is comfortable with. Why not go, hey, maybe save it for the later rounds perhaps, but or save it for when it's like a tied game and you want to catch them off guard. I don't know.
The problem with A is it's similar on most maps. There seems to be one preferred bomb site. A has the issue of it's a very narrow corridor, the choke points aren't really in your favor, and the enemy team can get to it faster than you can. And I said it's that kind of problem. If you go for it, you have to commit fully. The benefits towards A is it's usually more likely defended.
Yeah. And now,
oh, Burns, that was bold.
Yeah,
how many players do you know just walk straight out?
Burns, man, because he's a tank. Unfortunately, though, he does get wall banged there. That's going to be unfortunate. Mochilla, I think, oh my goodness, he would have had an angle on him, and he gets picked off. And that's going to be 4-1, Curse Las Vegas.
It is Killa now 6-1, Ricky 5-1, turning up. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Killa is literally only going off because he got some flack after that domination.
Probably.
He's probably just focused so hard right now.
I don't know. I feel like with Killa, he doesn't really take. If you chastise him and like say like, oh, you're playing terrible, he doesn't respond. Killa does Killa, and I respect that. That's what I've always respected about Killa. Then on the other side, and I have that same kind of respect for Miracles because he does a very similar thing. It seems like Burns is trying to go for a shot there, try to get a good angle on that one, and now we have Burns pushed up on the American side, but instead let's go ahead and let's see what we're gonna have. Got Balefire actually pushed up on B. Seems like Las Vegas hasn't committed to a spot yet.
No, it hasn't. They're just waiting.
Yeah, they're waiting for a pick.
It's a very delayed push, and the only thing I can think of here is that they're holding back deliberately. No, their fire's gone down now. I was wondering if they were holding back deliberately to throw them off for a clean bomb site, so they rotated back.
Probably.
Who's that on the hook, actually?
That's going to be Killa, actually hanging out on the hook on the left side. But Balefire is going to get picked off. First blood drawn by him. Looking at Mochilla. He's going to find one. Oh, able to connect. Go for the double. Gets the double. Mochilla is an animal. And now there's going to be another player right by post. Mochilla.
Las Vegas do not have the bomb down yet, but
oh my goodness, if he gets the ace, that will be filthy. And there's going to be a guy by post, but Mochilla gets picked off. Now it's going to be left up to my boy Revan, going for the wall bang, can't quite close it. He's going to have 12 seconds left here.
Oh, no, not an aid, it's a tactical, it's not going to do enough. Killa, who's 8-1.
Yeah.
Killa
if Revan would have just stayed shooting, he would have caught him. But instead, he ends up getting running away on that one. Killa's going to be just to the right, as you see there in Oracle mode. And he's actually going to be right outside of post.
You have
to
make
his way in now, and Revan can't do it.
Oh my goodness!
Killa 9-1. You called it. You called it, Brycey.
He turned up.
Fist bumping, bro.
He has certainly turned up. That is ridiculous. Killa, after having a disappointing domination, has turned up in the S&D and turning up in style. 9-1. He is running this S&D.
I'm shocked because of how Killa performed in that first game. And you spoke about Parasite too. You're like, Parasite's going to be a big factor, all this stuff. And, Parasite's been important, don't get me wrong, but it's been a Killa show in this Warhawk Search and Destroy game. Now you're going to see this push out of Curse New York as they advance forward on American. There's going to be a bomb right behind him, finding one player. That's going to be a big kill. A double kill for Revan. That was just disgusting. And now there's going to be one guy challenging around the beer, and he's going to drop back. So the beer truck's going to be right in between them. Nade's flying out. Revan should be able to avoid. This bomb has gone down. He catches him at the corner of his eye, and Revan just throws a bullet in his direction, and he kills him.
That's 3 for
and
Revan
Mochilla
now.
Gets the kill.
Revan with the rush goes huge, throws Las Vegas off their game.
Yeah.
He just come through the smoke, picked one, instantly knew there'd be a player to his left, take him as well.
Remember at the beginning I asked you, I was like, why? Why have they not gone A? Why have they not gone this route? And it definitely seems like that was going to be their fail-safe. Like they're like, okay, we need to get some energy, we need to just control the pace of this game, and it seemed to work out for them there. But you have Las Vegas on the attack, and they have not failed.
They certainly have not now. Revan, trying to get some shots down. If he can get a first pick here, you can actually see Las Vegas going for A. I'm wondering if that one player by B is going to start trying to make some noise to draw New York players away.
All right, well, that would actually be, and shots were exchanged, and that's going to be Ricky. Miracles ended up picking up a shot, so that's going to be an early pick there on Burns. 2-6 with 3 plants there, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and leave Revan for right now. We'll come back to him in a little bit, see what's going on with Mochilla. Mochilla's going to be hanging up by water tower, shots down. He's going to have to run away there. And then we have Revan who's, again, back there working with, I believe it's BL Fire. Yep, BL Fire is going to be pushed up, 3v4. But BL Fire evens the whole situation here, 3v3.
It is. The problem with Las Vegas have got now is you can see how New York have set up. They're going to be looking for the pick. They're going to have a trouble getting in and getting that bomb down. As soon as you take that bomb down, that's actually a gun off the mat for 7.5 seconds.
That's
so
right.
if a push comes against you at that point, you're essentially a man down.
Ooh. If that player jumped out, and there you go. So Revan does manage to get some shots out.
Oh!
Gets the hit marker right at the wall bang, and now you got 13 seconds to work with here. Revan tries to go for the snipe. He is going to have one teammate up with him. That is going to be Mochilla. Mochilla gets into a gun battle. He can't do anything about it. Revan, run away, bro. Just run away and take the W, and that is going to work out for Curse New York as we're 5-3.
It certainly is. They just managed to get that one there. Revan, the patience on him, he must have seen this so many times while casting, and he's just like, I'm not moving, I'm not making any other play, this is my area, I'm staying here and I'll continue to make picks while I'm here.
You know, and I want you made a great point, Brycey. I want you to understand that. You talked about him being a caster. He has experience just watching other people all the time. You know, get good judgment. Revan is regarded as one of the most intelligent casters when it comes to his analysis, and this is the reason why, because he just knows how to break it down. So now Miracles is going to draw first blood there, as Curse Las Vegas is going to be in a bit of a pickle, and they do manage to get that bomb down, so Curse New York looking good yet again.
They are now. Revan just going to hold the flank here for his team. However, I'm kind of worried that they've got two guys on it. They're keeping bodies out of B, which means if a push comes through from Las Vegas, they could be in a little bit of trouble. One goes a little bit, doesn't matter, as Mochilla gets it, it's now 4v1. It's Parasite, he goes down,
Not gonna
and New
happen.
York are screaming back into this S&D. This is looking a little bit naughty now for Las Vegas.
This game is nuts. And there you can see that last shot from Mochilla, and again, he steps up. That's just what it is. Mochilla steps up. He struggled a lot in that last game. I believe they played ADV, and he struggled a bit in that matchup. You know, oh no, it wasn't ADV. I apologize. But regardless, you know, there was a lot of talk of Mochilla just being like, he's a warrior. That's it. It's proven. But despite what he has done on land, people still want to call him a warrior. Yet now he shows up here and, you know, he's slaying the former national champions, or world champions, excuse me. Like, you know, no big deal.
Let's see what they do now. Parasite trying to lock down an early plant for these guys. If they can get this off and get away, they will have the advantage. It's down. They've got away clean. It's time to lock it in. Parasite watching the flank. He has a man with him. One laundry as well. They are definitely not anticipating a push from where it's currently coming from.
No reason why they should lose this one. No reason.
They just need to be calm, collected, and try and trade the kills out, but they lose one in laundry. And now the squeeze. Look at them. They're all being pushed back. Another kill going down. Killa manages to make it, though, and that might be crucial. Killa don't know who he's going to get taken down, but Parasite comes up. And he's got to be so careful. One on the floor. He doesn't get that one either. It's now Blind Fire versus Ricky. And Blind Fire has to make the kill. Unfortunately, if he doesn't, if Ricky checks too early, it's all over.
There it is.
Doesn't matter. He's not going to get the defuse.
And that's it.
That was literally pixel perfect timing from Ricky there.
Yeah.
He came around the corner on exactly 7.5, and there was nothing he could do as they close it out and kill out 12 and 4, and he's definitely the difference.
Oh, Killa, if he steps up, this is the result. Curse Las Vegas wins a game. I mean, that's just what, and we didn't see that in that domination run. But I'm not selling out Curse New York here because Mochilla and BL Fire stepped
Revan made
up
some key
big
plays
time.
as well.
Revan made some amazing plays. Honestly, 1-1 in the count going into the blitz. I've been using it all day long. It is anyone's game. That is the story here at Full Sail University.
You know what? I couldn't agree with more with how this tournament has gone. I don't even want to make predictions anymore, if I'm perfectly honest with you. There's no point.
Let
I might
the
as well
game
just flip
go.
a coin at this moment and hope for the best. The COD gods are smiling on this tournament and saying, guys, if you want to play, today is the time to turn up. Because on paper, you cannot win. You have to show up in game.
That's right, guys. So we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we have Blitz 1-1 in this Curse family feud. Curse New York, Curse Las Vegas. Who is going to come out on top? Well, you're just going to have to keep on watching. Find out after this.